Hey, hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're listening in for the Elle Daily Message. Thanks for stopping by. I am in my office today, but it is a weekend, so I am still drinking my coffee. I'm recording a bit earlier today, which I think I'm going to get in the habit of because it is nice to just start with this right away early before I start my day. So, with that being said, granted, my work days start pretty early, so just because I have Europe. So, anyways, that's besides the point. But today's message, when I read it, I felt like, wow, I could talk on this topic for quite a bit. So, I choose to trust. So, I feel like maybe some of you out there are having to make a big decision, and you're having to kind of trust your gut instincts, or at least that's what I do when I need to make a big decision. So, from my perspective, you can definitely think with your mind. It's important for your emotions in most all ways, but when it comes to a big decision, let me know if you're one that thinks with your gut and heart or if you think with your mind. I'd love to hear. I tend to be one that leans towards my heart and gut because they usually lead me right. When I'm thinking with my mind, sometimes I'm putting in, society. What would society think? What would religion do? What would my family do? Friends. You're kind of getting ego involved too. And I think when you're going with the ego, I always think it edges God out in a way that, and not all of us have the spiritual belief in God. That's perfectly fine. But when I say that, like your kind of divine power, you're not utilizing your inner knowing, because a lot of times our heart and guts will tell us exactly what to do. So if you have a big decision coming up and you're just not sure, of course you can weigh out your pros and cons, but have that faith and trust knowing that you're going to make the right decision. I can talk about even buying this condo. If I was thinking with my head, it didn't feel like a good decision, but I felt torn. Like, what do I do? And then when I really just took the mindset out and I wasn't thinking so much with my mind, but more my heart and my gut, it felt really good. I was like, yep, I'm buying this condo. It's exactly what I need to do, and I know that this is the right decision. So I can be much more decisive if I'm thinking with gut and heart or truly listening to it. If it goes to the mind, it's a bit more indecisive. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. Let me know if it does. And then the other area that I go with trust is relationships. I think that trust is key, and maybe some of you right now are having a hard time trusting in a relationship. That can be really tough. So I'm sorry if you are going through that. But yeah, maybe a good time for a conversation with your significant other, friends, family, whoever it is that you're struggling with. And then the other aspect of this would be, I feel that for myself, I love to give trust to people, that faith and trust, knowing that I will receive it. And then if there's something that happens where I maybe have lost the trust, well then, okay, then I'll take it away. But until then, give it wholeheartedly. And I think it's the only way you can have a successful relationship. Any type of relationship, doesn't even have to be romantic. It can be parent to child, or friend to friend, family to family, right? So okay, so that's that. Let's see what our daily archangel message is to go. Maybe it will lean on trust or have something to do with that, but give you something to think on, journal on. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so you know what to do. It's got a little lantern. There was another archangel card I pulled the other day with a lantern. And I love when you think about a lantern, you are only seeing like what's right in front of you, right? You don't have everything illuminated. So sometimes it can be a bit scary because you're just walking step by step, right? Especially on a dark path. At least camping. I remember that as a little girl. You know, you'd have your little flashlight or a lantern that you're holding to get to your tent or your cabin. But Archangel Uriel, it says, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. I mean, you guys, you can't make this up. I seriously shuffled this deck and just that's what I pulled. So totally about trust. And just know that whatever you're thinking about, you can do your pros and cons, but if you just sit quietly and just kind of think, okay, what does my heart and my gut really say about this? That's all you have to do. It can be very simple. So, and I need to tell myself that too on a regular basis, right? Okay, so I love that. And then what are we surrendering to maybe help ourselves with trust and guidance and kind of going with our gut instinct? Okay, surrender stress. So take a few deep breaths, exhale, the tension you've built up in your body, let the stress go as you come back to center. Okay, so again, all very hand in hand. So maybe there's some big decisions being made out there right now. Or maybe your kid is going off to school for the first time and you are just like, oh my gosh, this is stressful. I am terrified to let my baby go off to kindergarten. I would be a wreck as a mother. That's maybe why I'm not a mother, because I think I would be more stressed than I need to be, worrying. But worrying doesn't get you anywhere, right? So there you go. Maybe this is just like trust, knowing that your little one is going to be just fine. All will be okay. Take a deep breath. Don't overthink it. So, it is our mind, again, even when you're thinking about trust as a parent, just knowing that your little one's going to be fine going off to school, and I'd be worried about bullying and all sorts of things, right, that kids go through. But you just got to be okay knowing that, all right, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to trust that all will work out. Okay. So those are good messages. And maybe it is because school's starting up and you parents out there are worried. Totally normal, I'm imagining. So, okay, I don't want to go too voodoo on everybody. I have a lot of different things that I love on my soul journey. Like I said, I grew up Catholic, so my mother probably, who watches this, so Mom, you know you love me regardless, right? But I do love a lot of these cards. I love the Bible too, I do, but sometimes I connect a bit more with some of these kind of messages, and I think we all have our way of connecting with the divine, if that makes sense, right? So these are just little wisdom cards, that's all it is. So I'm going to see miracles. Okay, so my life is a miracle. Well, that's a good message. So let's see, I can read the actual card here for that too. So miracles, card meaning miracles occur in your life every day. Watch for and embrace them. As you notice and accept the small wonders in your life, greater gifts will grow in abundance all around. And so we talk a lot about abundance on this channel, or at least I know I love to talk about it because I believe it's all around us. Your soul wants to know, expect miracles. Praise and celebrate them when they appear, no matter how small. Be open to allowing the Creator to solve challenges for you in mysterious and wondrous ways. Trust, oh my goodness, so here comes trust again. Trust that everything is unfolding graciously and perfectly in your life, and let go of fear and doubt. Don't limit the way that miracles can appear in your life by having expectations. Be open for them to appear from sources beyond your imagination. All right, so I love this. And you know what the picture is? It's an egg. So 3 eggs, in a bird's nest, right? That to me is a miracle in itself. Well, definitely kids is 100% a miracle when you think about a sperm and an egg coming together, creating an embryo, and growing in a mother's belly or womb for 9 months and coming out as this magical being. That right there is a miracle. But yeah, how do you think, these eggs to me is like the bird has the egg. Okay, I'm not even going to this, but, and I can't edit this, so sorry guys, you're going to hear me just being silly. So we'll skip talking about the birds because I don't even know how it happens. What, the male comes along and I think fertilizes the egg and then the babies hatch? It's a miracle. Like, what? It's amazing. I even think birds to me are such a miracle. When you look at the males are always the pretty robust, handsome ones, right? And then the females are a little more blended because they're protecting their little ones, or they're kind of more incognito. But the men, just the color of these birds, you think about, or the males, I should say, the blue jays, the Orioles, they're just these gorgeous colors, and that to me is like, how do their feathers become so bright and vibrant? Or a peacock, for example. Wow, they're absolutely beautiful. So anyways, I love today's message, and I'm almost to 10 minutes, so I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. But what do we have? We have miracles. We have what to do, so that's trusting yourself. Of course, I choose to trust. And then the surrender card, darn guys, I forget what I did. Oh, surrender to stress. So don't stress. Know that all will be okay. Trust your inner guidance. Trust the divine. If that's, if you have a higher power, great. Know that miracles can happen and they will happen. Whatever you've asked for will occur. And you know what to do. Trust yourself too. All right. Thank you so much. I am going to go out and get some fresh air and sending lots of love to you all. Alrighty, be in touch.